Hello, Leo. Welcome to your monthly reading for November 2023. This is for Leo and Leo Rising. And if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional occultic cross spread. I also use astrology and my guides. I'll bring a lot more clarity to get more specific and detailed with your reading. Leo, I do this because you know I love you. I want you to feel like it's a personal reading, as if we're here one-on-one rather than a general spread. Lastly, I use astrology because it brings a lot more depth to your reading. So, Leo, congratulations. Take a bow. I mean, take a bow right now. You've made it. You made it. Okay. We just came out of the shifting of the nodes, a really, really heavy retrograde season with Venus retrograde in your sign for like eons, and the eclipses. Come on. Come on. Pat yourselves on the back. Pat, let out your roar. Let out your lion roar. Your life is changing. Okay. Your life is changing. You are, when I talked about Leo 2.0 last week, I did, you're really moving into a new chapter in your life. Okay. Now I know that I have made that analogy of the ending of Greece last week. This whole month, you know what the analogy is? Guess. Okay, there's a lot of movies out there, so I'll just go ahead and tell you. It is... Did you see that, by the way? The chariot. Isn't that amazing that flipped over? But anyway, Truman Show. Remember the ending of the Truman Show? When he climbed up those stairs and the door, he opened the door and he made it. He made it, okay? And so I want you to... And remember, like, the whole world cheered him on, okay? Even that guy in the bathtub splashing around. Yeah. Do you remember that? Even the cops, like high five, security guards. I don't even remember. But anyway, this is a big month, okay? There's less aspects than there were in the past previous months, but the aspects this month are huge, okay? They pack a really big punch, but this is it. You are now entering this next stage in your life. This is amazing, okay? So I want you to feel it. I want you to feel really good about it. One of the reasons why I bring up the Truman Show is because at the end of the movie, sure, he walks through the door, okay? He has his freedom. He's broken free from that full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus that, was something coming to an end. But we don't know what happens, right? So we, as viewers, are forced to use our imagination. What happens for him? What does he do after he leaves the door? Neptune is so active this month. And if you are a subscriber, you know I don't talk about Neptune too much, okay? Neptune is very active this month. And so Neptune is all about imagination. It's all about creativity, okay? Dreams and whatnot, but even your dreams, all right? So really, 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 really big month, okay? Really big month where there's going to be some really good days and then some challenging aspects. I did a 3-month ahead video. I'll put the link up. It may be too late, right? It's November, but I'll put the link up anyway somewhere around here, maybe at the end of the video. Because I did say that November, out of the last 3 months, of the season, it is the one that's just a little like, it's not like it's not like we're all gonna go like skinny dipping, drinking, whatever, partying. There's going to be some serious moments in November, okay? But there's going to be some amazing aspects in November, and I want you to get very, very excited. So the first thing I want you to do is I really do just want you to imagine your next steps, okay? I want you to imagine what now, okay? What now? I've walked through that door. What's next for me, okay? Build that future for yourself. Be very realistic about what you want, okay? Create this gorgeous, path to your enlightenment. Really focus on the things that are going to bring you a lot of enlightenment, that are going to bring the things that you enjoy. Now, I'm not going to lie, this month is going to be a big month for career, okay? If you are for career, that's been a big thing for Leos anyway. But it is going to be a big month for career for y'all. It's also going to be a big month for love. Now, I did say this in my last reading. We are moving into Sagittarius season in November, and that is your 5th house of love, of romance, okay, of pleasure, of creativity, self-expression, procreation, even recreation. Like, go out there and like play pickleball, whatever. I mean, you're going to have a lot of fun. I want you to have a lot of fun. Okay. I want you to have a lot of fun. But if you are new to my channel, after I do your spread, I break it down week by week. I'll tell you everything that's going on this week and how it's going to affect you. Okay. We have a full moon in Gemini. All right. At the end of the month, we have a new moon in Scorpio. As you know, we still have in the beginning of the month of this month, we still have a lot of planets in Scorpio. Mars. Yeah, Mars is still there. Okay, so a lot of attention around home. Okay, home, family, your parents, children, but your actual home. Some of y'all may be thinking about, doing something different with your home and your home environment, and that the foundations of life. But the big picture here, the big thing that's happening is Saturn's going direct. That's happening the first week of November. That's huge, and we're going to talk about that, okay? But you're going to be working hard. You're going to be working hard for the things that you deserve, okay? So get excited because Saturn has been retrograde since June, okay? It's been retrograde since June, and there could have been some moments where things that you wanted just weren't happening. But again, in that retrograde period, you probably spent a lot of time thinking about what you wanted, okay? So with that said, let's get started. Let's see what's going on for you, Leo. I know, shortest intro ever, right? Let's see what's going on for you. If you want to read, this is for Leo and Leo rising. If you want to read for your moon and your Venus, you are absolutely welcome to. I would definitely read for your Venus because Venus is changing signs, moving into Libra. That's amazing. Okay. Venus does a lot better in Libra than it does in Virgo. All right. Venus is in its domicile in Libra. Venus is at home in Libra. And it just naturally works better with Leos because Libra is an air sign and you are a fire sign. So there's a lot of love going around for y'all this month. A lot of love. So with that said, Leo, let's go ahead and get started. See what's going on for you for this month. All right. November 2023. Now, Leo, like I said earlier, I do a traditional culture cross spread, really brings the best overview. And yeah, maybe I will pull clarifiers. Maybe I will pull clarifiers this month. But let's see what's going on. I actually have a story for you, Leo. I have a good story for you. I'll tell it to you later. Okay. But you're good. You're good. No, wow. You're good. Okay. Okay. I like this. I like what's happening here. Let's get started. You got the King of Wands. Okay. So, really, really nice energy here. There's a lot of passion. There's a lot of drive that comes when the King of Wands comes up. And, if you are new to my channel, I mean, the King of Wands is Leo. Okay. So you pulled your own card, right? Kings are fixed. Wands are fire. You are the fixed, fire sign. Yeah. So, this is really great. Okay. So there's a sense of you that feel like, ooh, you finally felt like you've accomplished something, that you finally found some passion that you're really passionate about. There's been a lot of transformation happening in your life, okay? King of Wands is the most transformative king, all right? The most transformative king. There's a lot of transformation going on in this card. You can even see the symbol of the Ouroboros there in his throne along with the lion, by the way, but you see that right there. A very old alchemical symbol. Really is like the unity of all things. It's all about change, life cycle. As we know, I told you earlier, Saturn went direct. Saturn is in Pisces right now for you, Leo. That is your 8th house of death and rebirth, of cycles, of transformation, empowerment, all that energy here that you feel with the King of Wands. So I want you to feel good. I want you to, throw your fist in the air. Okay. Do it right now. I want to watch you do it because you're in a really good place. Look at this. 3 of Wands in the heart of your spread. Keep in mind, this is a monthly reading, not a weekly reading. Okay, so there are big changes happening for you. Look at this. Big changes happening for you. In auspicious changes happening for you as well. This is all about change. This is all about change. I really love this for you. This is, I call it the green light card. It's like, go now. All right, go forth, my friend. Go discover yourself. Go, a lot of self-discovery actually happening for you. If you think about what's happening, this card is attributed to Sun in Aries. Okay, the Sun is not only exalted in Aries, but as we know, the North Node moved into Aries back in July. For you, Leo, that's your ninth house of spirituality and your belief system, and the way that you see things, your philosophies, but also education. A lot of y'all could be going back to school. A lot of y'all may be becoming teachers, okay? Especially with that King of Wands energy too. And a lot of other stuff that's happening here, but there's something new there. Some of y'all could be actually thinking about writing books as well, or starting a website, something that has to do with publishing. But at the end of the day, it really is all about moving forward and discovering what's out there, right? You see that it's all sky here. They do say the sky is the limit. 3 is all about creation. It's a birth of new things. It's a change, lots of change. But with that change, a lot of growth, a lot of advancement, a lot of development, but really big self-discovery here, like really going after your dreams. Honestly, I'm not even joking. You did get the 2 of Swords in your challenge areas. So there is going to be a sense of like, really go within. Okay, trust me. That's going to make all the difference. All right, really spend some time, tapping into your intuitive side. Remember, I said your North Node just moved into your house of spirituality. Okay, so really going deep, really even thinking about your life on a spiritual level, like your spiritual journey. But even just looking at your entire spread, it's also like personal growth as well as your spiritual growth. But really take that time to go within. Now, the other thing is, some of y'all this month may be thinking about leaving a partnership. That is still a big deal. Remember, we had that new moon solar eclipse that did happen. All right, in last month, but it happened in Libra, which is the native ruler of partnerships and relationships. And don't forget, Pluto is moving into Aquarius very soon. Okay, very soon in January. It's their 7th house, okay? Partnerships and relationships. You're setting yourself up for this new, and this is career, this is business, enterprise, or love, romance, but you got to go dig deep, okay? Some of y'all really just need to do that. But the reason I bring that up is because this card is attributed to Moon in Libra. So it could be something about partnership that is on your mind still, or will be this month, where you have to really go within and trust your intuition. You do see the sliver of the moon up there now. But whether you're here for partnerships or not, it's still just a reminder. There are some things that you really still need to just go a little bit deep and have those moments, okay, of really, if you have a big change happening in your life. All right, so don't go like a million miles a minute this month. Spend some time really, reflecting as well, okay, and introspection. You did get the Queen of Swords in your crown, which is, again, another amazing card here. It's almost like, especially with that Libra energy, because the Queen of Swords is Libra, right? So again, partnerships and relationships could be, there is a sense of you moving into a new partnership and relationship. Okay, there is something here. All right, it's clear as day, but it's because look, you also got the Page of Cups and the root of your spread. Like, so when I say there is something about this newness, right, with a partner, again, it can be career. It can be you starting your own thing. Look, you have this 3 of Wands in the heart of your spread. Okay, so this is as much as a spiritual, personal journey for you, as much as it is like in your external world, in your physical world. All right, there's something new. Okay, something new is brewing, or has already, but will. All right, especially after, again, coming after those aspects that we did. Now, the Queen of Swords in your crown, really love it. Okay, she does not mess around. She's just she's here for a reason, and she just wants to be very clear-sighted. you don't see any water in this card, right? Water is emotions, all right? And there's a reason for that, because she's left her emotions at the door. She's kind of like very similar to the Justice card, all right? Who is also, the Justice card is also ruled by Libra. And so it's like, hey, you got to leave your emotions at the door, because sometimes you can't have your emotions cloud your judgment, right? And so this is all about fairness. This is all about having that power in seeing things, having a lot of power, authority, and really seeing this a future for yourself at this point, where it's just laser focus, the truth, nothing but the truth, but feeling empowered in it as well. All right. It's almost like the way that you're going to see things this month. It's going to be crystal clear, but it will be a lot more helpful if you do go within. All right. And you're, honest with yourself, and, you really take that time to get to a point where you're comfortable, where you can take that blindfold off. Okay. So I want you to do that. Now, again, Page of Cups in the root of your spread. I mean, Leo, come on. This pages bring in that new energy, that fresh new energy. There is something that's really fueling you to follow your bliss this month. Okay. That could have already happened is a big message that's coming through because of the eclipses. That was a really big thing for y'all. It was a really big thing for y'all, especially career. All right. With the, that full moon, lunar eclipse in Taurus that we had last week, or when you watch this, the last week of October, and that was in your 10th house of careers. So something in your career could have come to an end, and now you're on this new quest and this new direction and this new vision for yourself, and you see things so clearly, and it's just you have an amazing spread. So continue to do that. Continue to follow your bliss. Continue to trust your intuition, and know that you are good, and feel comfortable knowing that you are good. Okay. Because with these big changes, sometimes it can be a lot. All right. And that's why you do have to, go within. All right. This is your Truman Show moment. Now, you have the Three of Cups in your future. You're good. When I say you're good, you're good. Listen, you're good. This is a card. Look at the three sisters toasting each other, cheering. I mean, it's a card to celebrate. It's like success is coming. Like it's coming. It's in your future. It's clear here. Again, another three. Okay, another three. Something new. It's like you're celebrating something new that's happening in your life, and it's so joyful, and it's such a nice feeling with what's happening here. You really are. I mean, hey, why don't we call it Leo 3.0? All right, because of the two threes here, right? Remember, the threes are all about that newness. I honestly, I do love your spread. I love what's happening here. Just continue to follow your bliss. A lot of this will be relationships as well. Like I said, with all this Libra energy, but also, with the Page of Cups here as well. Cups is, all about feelings and emotions, but, even intuition. But there is a sense of a lot of y'all could be entering a new romantic relationship, or taking it to another level, where it's like you're going from going steady to a proposal, or what. Do you know what I mean? Like that kind of energy. All right, let's see what's going on with your staff. Leo, can I tell you my story? So someone, and this is very relevant to you, okay? This is how big this is. Someone at my job told me that it was leaving, okay? And so he's leaving. He's been at the company 13 years, leaving to, open a wine shop. And he's like, that's my big passion. I have all these certificates and whatnot. I'm like, oh, okay, you must be a Leo. He's like, no, I'm a Virgo. I'm like, okay, well, that was the week of the new moon in Virgo that we just had. And it's like, okay, that makes sense, but tell me more. And so he's telling me more about what was happening. Like, okay, you're definitely Leo rising then. Because there's so much emphasis on your career. And he was like, okay, well, I'm going to leave here, blah, blah, blah. This is my plan. And he put it in his notice. And, I was just very curious. I was like, can you get me your birth chart? I want to look at your birth chart. Give me the time you were born. Like, give me all the information. And so he went to his mum, right? Because he's British. And so he went to his mum and he got his, so I looked at it and I was like, okay, there you go. Not only was he a Leo rising, he had a stellium in Leo. Not only did he have a stellium in Leo, his he had a Taurus 10th house. His Taurus was in his, I mean, like, it was just like, oh my goodness. And everything like lined up to the point that his last week was the week of the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus. And the 10th house is career. And so it was just like, okay, this is really crazy. This is really amazing. So yeah, Leos, y'all are having big changes in career, okay? And if not career, it is just something about your passion. It's something you're really passionate about, all right? It can be fame as well or public recognition. But with the fact that Saturn is gone direct, oh, you are going to feel it now. You are going to feel a lot of these changes. You're going to feel a lot of these changes, a lot of transformation that's happening in your life. All right, so let's get to your stuff. Yeah. Leo. Okay, so. Okay, well, you got the Five of Wands. All right, so there is going to be a little bit of with Neptune again that's going to be at play, and I'm going to remember I'm going to pull more cards after your spread, and I'm going to point out what days are when Neptune's really active. I want you to really, how do I say this nicely? I want you to really, really be grounded in this new direction and don't get too like caught up in the clouds. All right. At the same time, I want you to not have any self-doubt. All right. Not have any self-doubt. There is going to be a little bit, I mean, you got the Five of Wands, okay? So this is, in the tree of life, it is like severity, right? Like the fifth sphere, but it's the least of them all. It really is like a lot of egos at play here. And so that could be something where you're feeling in November, okay? There could be a lot of egos at play. There are going to be some aspects where that is definitely going to happen, but it's you like leadering up, Leoing up, okay? It's you because you are all about, like the authority and but even still, there is going to be a bigger message that's coming through. It really is just this more internal confliction because of a lot of these new things. Just know that just don't get at just get go with your intuition, okay? This really is a big thing, okay? Now, for some of y'all, with the fact that we are definitely moving into Sagittarius season, like I said, that is your fifth house, which does rule children as well. And then also remember, even with all this Scorpio activity, there really is like some things where your kids could be fighting. There could be something just they're bickering and you just have to right like come on, you gotta tell them like come on kids, no. And this is going to be a bigger deal. They get with Saturn going direct, it could be over inheritance too. Like that could be a big thing, like fighting over inheritance or inheriting something like I don't know, like a ghetto blaster, whatever it is, microwave, whatever they want, but a nice car. But even still, it's just being cool. It could also be some colleagues as well, keep that in mind. But you always want to be the better person in the situation. You want to be a better version of yourself. It's like a lot of different voices, a lot of just like too many cooks in the kitchen too that could be happening that you may be feeling. But keep your eyes on the prize and you're going to be fine, okay? You're going to be fine. You do have the Two of Wands, all right, in your external factors area. There is a sense of like just planning, okay? Planning. Now, again, this is coming up really strong, and that's why I keep pointing back to the Two of Swords. Really have that introspection. Really go within. All right, drown out that noise, all that noise that's happening. But there is a sense of like, okay, you've taken this step. It's the best thing for you, and it's kind of like planning the next step. Remember, you've walked through that door. All right, the Truman Show, and now it's like, what's next for you? All right, so there is a sense of you just planning things. Okay, so there is also a sense of don't be hesitant. Don't be like, again, that self-doubt, that energy keeps coming up, so don't doubt yourself. All right, yeah, you're if you don't doubt yourself, you're gonna be fine. All right, you did get the Knight of Swords here. Okay, so and he works for the Queen, and you got the Queen of Swords in your heart of your crown. So Knight of Swords, really just being bold, courageous, is really going after the things that you want, right? Especially mentally. All right, so it's almost like there is going to be a sense of planning, and then there's going to be something that clicks, and you're going to be like wildfire. It's like boom, there you go. Now you got the Hermit, Leo. Really amazing. All right, because that's what you so again, really pay attention to the Two of Swords here. Really go within. Really, if it's a decision that you have to make, or if you just need to just, go inward and trust your spirit guides and trust like your intuition, take that time, make that time. You got the Hermit. It seems like you want to. So I really like that. For a lot of y'all, again, it is that self-doubt. And, one of the reasons, so the Hermit, as you know, well, maybe if you didn't see your last week's reading, like you did get the Hermit in your future. So it's really interesting. Now, it is still coming up strongly. The Hermit is, all about that self introspection, that even like deep soul searching, right? Because all you want to know is what's next, what's coming next. So you have to go within. So it looks like you really want that. So just don't be distracted and don't have that self doubt, okay? Because remember, the Hermit is Virgo, right? And so even in the beginning of the month, Venus is still in Virgo before it moves into Libra. And as we know, that is your second house, all right? So it is self value and it's the comfort, okay? So just really having all this knowing that you don't have, just not having any doubts, basically not having any doubts, but trusting yourself and having that confidence that everything that you're doing is going to be amazing. And there you go. You have that Eight of Wands in your final outcome. So hello, that's really great. The Eight of Wands in your final outcome. Do you see how the Wands, first of all, this card is ruled by Sagittarius. Keep that in mind, that it's with the Knight of Swords. It makes this a bigger thing. Remember, I said this is more about like what's up here, intellect, logic. That's the swords or the air suit, right? So really communication is going to be a big thing this month. All right. And so the Eight of Swords the Eight of Wands is a big thing, because in the Tree of Life, the eighth sphere is really like that mental attribute, right? Mercury's there, and the Eight of Swords is ruled by Mercury in Sagittarius. Again, as we move into Sagittarius season, as Mercury moves into Sagittarius this month, as Mars even moving into Sagittarius, it really is just like it's a lot of focus on something is just everything moving fast for you now. Okay. You're going to feel like a sense of that could be the thing that makes you feel like, whoa, things need to slow down. I'm all over the place. And now I'm just going to take it out on some people, or, just really, really, or, it could also just be like things are a little scattered. Again, Neptune is going to be at play, but even still, this is awesome. Okay. Because you see that, everything's aligning for you. All right. You even see the Wands completely aligned here. And the Wands, again, your passions. What are you passionate about? Your ideas. You could have an idea that like lands. Like you could have something that you're pitching that just, you nail it. But also a sense of I mean, career again is like a really big thing here because ones are career related, and you did get the 301s in the heart of your spread, so a lot of career activity. But again, if you're not here for career, it's just your passions. What are you passionate about? Okay, where do you want to make when you walk through that door? Where do you want to invest like all your time and energy into? Okay, what's going to bring you joy? What's going to make you happy? And so I really love that for you, and you will love it for you too. You're good, Leo. You're good. You come on. You come in. Come in. You got the Ace of Pentacles. You know what's really interesting? I think I explained this to you in your last reading. The fact that Saturn and Pisces, with Saturn going direct this month in your eighth house, it's not just transformation, like you going through this new like you new beginning in your life. It's also other people's resources, so there could be something like about you earning money through, like I said, inheritance came up earlier, or investments or bonuses, commissions, even like maybe your partner's income. There's like something with that. But there is also the fact that, Venus and Virgo is in your second house, is also, salary and whatnot. So, but you just got the Ace of Pentacles. So there is a sense of, I mean, that is the biggest pentacle in the deck. Okay. And you see the golden pathway here. You see the archway. It really is this gateway to this next chapter, this like new journey, this new path. Like you're good, you're good. And aces are all about that newness, right? The new change, the new opportunity, the new beginning. And so it looks like you're coming into money in some form, like new money in some way. I mean, this is absolutely amazing. You have all this newness that's happening for you this month. So Leo, with that said, let's break it down. Let's see what's going on for you week by week. All right. So, first week of November. We kick it off. And here's the other thing. If you are new to my channel, I leave all the key astrological dates in the description box if you do want to follow along and like mark down dates and whatnot. But we kick it off. We kick off November with the sun opposing Jupiter on the second. So I actually love that. And so this is a really great day. It's all about expansion at this point. Like things are expanding in your world. So I really love that. One thing that I want you particularly to keep in mind is the fourth, when Saturn does go direct. You will see like on that same day, Mercury is opposing Neptune. Mercury is the messenger, the communication planet. And, I said communication is a big thing for you this month as well. So keep that in mind. That Mercury opposing Uranus is just, communicate. Be careful about the way you communicate, but be very compelling. You can be very compelling. Uranus is all about breakthroughs and innovation. It's like being very future forward. So there's a lot of you like planning your future anyway. So I really do love this day for you. But anyway, let's see what's going on for y'all for the first week of November. Leo, come on. You're good. You got the Ace of Cups. I mean, hey, that's your second ace. And the Ace of Cups is the holy grail of it. Is the card, you know what it's we call it the heart of tarot. I mean, this is how significant this card is. Now remember, I said aces usher in that new change, those new beginnings, cups, emotions, your feelings, intuition, even like wonderment, love. Like this is like you're good. You're good. Okay. You're good. There is something new coming in that is, you see all the five streams here spilling out. reflecting your senses. I mean, like it's this rapturous energy. I always say, think about the last time something brought you so much joy. It brought you to tears. Okay, whether it was like getting proposed to, whether it was having a baby, whether it was getting like your dream job, or do you know what I mean? Like it seems like there is something like that happening the first week right here. There is, again, that your spread is all about the new. Again, you see that we've been going that direction for you anyway. There's a lot of big new changes happening for you, Leo, and I'm very excited for you. Like, this is like tears of joy, rapturous, like intense pleasure. I love this. I love this. And, with that partnership activity, again, there is a lot of Leos that could be moving into some sort of like partnership that could be very fulfilling, but there is also just this sense of like, as long as you don't doubt yourself, you're gonna be fine. And there's a lot of self-love in the Ace of Cups. Okay, now the second week of November, Venus is trining Pluto. Okay, this is happening on the 6th, November 6th. This is one of the most, I've been saying it's fuego. It's lit, as the kids say. This is really like a fiery, hot, romantic day. Whether you're in a relationship, whether you're single, if you're single, you better go out there. I'm not even joking. If you're not here for love, this is money, okay? A lot of you have money on your mind, especially with the 2 houses of money in the zodiac wheel activated in what's going on for y'all. But this is, keep it in mind, Venus trining Pluto. We haven't seen this in a while. Like, this is hot. This is really great. And again, if you're not here for love, if you're not here for romance, and even if you're not here for a career, this is Venus, right? So what do you desire? What does your heart desire? Like, this is great. Okay. I also love the 8th when Venus does move into Libra. Okay. So this is absolutely amazing, especially for y'all. When I say communication, really take it seriously, because Venus in Libra is your 3rd house of communication. Okay, so you could be communicating in ways that you've never done before. You could be loving it now. You could be like in this new role, in this new position, or just this elevation, ascension. You could be communicating in ways that you're just happy to communicate, and it's just, there's this refreshing energy to it. The 3rd house also does rule siblings, aunts and cousins, and neighbors and whatnot. So if you so there could be a lot of that happening for y'all. Some of y'all may be meeting foreign people as well from other cultures. But anyway, there's Venus is going to be in Libra for a while, so just cherish it. It's a nice placement for y'all, and we'll talk about it a little bit more for the weekly reading. Now, on the 9th, Mercury moves into Sagittarius. Now, listen, Leo, come on, listen up. This is going to be really interesting. Mercury in Sagittarius is kind of a silly placement. It's like goofy. It's not. So Mercury is at its detriment in Sagittarius, right? Mercury is like all about logic, and remember, it is a communication planet. But when it's in Sagittarius, which is all about like wild and adventurous, and it's really just, it's like it's optimistic, but it's not like organized, if that makes sense. It's kind of it's like an enthusiastic placement, but it's a little scattered. So really, it's like big ideas energy, but like, what do you do with it? Like, not knowing what to do with it. So it can be a little confusing, but it is actually very productive. And it's like an escape room. Okay. So that's what it is. Have you ever gone to an escape room? It's like that. You go for the first time, you're a little giddy. You're like, oh, I've never done this before. And escape room, like, force your brain to think in a different way, but it's still like, again, you're having fun, but it's like you're scattered. You're like, oh, I don't know. And like, what? Like, How do I mean like that's what Mercury and Sagittarius is like. So it just really, you could be thinking in ways that you never have before, but it could be for you very nice for you. Again, remember, Sagittarius is not only your BFF, right, fellow fire sign, but it is in your fifth house of love and romance and pleasure and recreation. So you could have a lot of fun with this. But again, we'll talk about it more in the weekly. All right. Now, a day that I want you to watch out for, November 11th, when Mars opposes Uranus. Mars is not happy right now. Okay, Mars is Chucky the doll right now, and he's just, Uranus. Remember, I said all about surprises, so there could be something coming up that's like really like an unexpected conflict that comes out. It's just like out of nowhere. It could just arise out of nowhere. So just be cool, be very chill, right? You're the lion, you got this. You know when to react, but don't be like completely reactive this day. Okay, remember, just be that leader. All right, be that leader. You're gonna be cool. You're gonna be cool. You get put on your cool sunglasses, flip your collar up, you'll be fine. Now, so you see the second week of November is big. There's a lot happening. Venus trining Pluto, Venus moving into Libra, Mercury moving into Sagittarius. So there's a lot happening. So Leo, let's see what's going on for you for the second week of November. Mm, they're good. Remember how I said earlier I was talking about Aquarius? I was talking about that. Well, the star is ruled by Aquarius, okay? And so remember that is your seventh house of partnerships and relationships. So there's something about partnerships and relationships. It's almost like the stars are aligning for you, like your hopes and wishes are coming true. There's a lot of like, there's like a sense of like freedom. There's like this freeness that I'm feeling, but which, I mean, it does come with this card, but it's so nice coming after the Ace of Cups. So nice. Okay. So there's a lot of strength in this card. There's a lot of healing in this card. If things have been like hard, there's been there's a lot of wisdom in this card, and it's a lot of spirituality as well. But you're good. You're good. So, Leo, let's get to the third week of November. Okay, we kick it off with a new moon in Scorpio. So, there is, here's the thing, I do like this, but on the same day, the sun is going to oppose Uranus. Now, this is going to make it a little tense. All right. So, there could be something, again, surprising that comes up where you're just like, okay, that is probably not fun, and it could honestly have something to do with career. There could be something that's like but at the same time, remember these new moons, their energies are long lasting, so it could just be that day where it's just something maybe challenging. But I do like this new moon. It is in Scorpio, so it is in your fourth house. So that is something with like family and parents or children or even your home. Okay. I mean, some of y'all could be moving actually, especially with the fact that, we had that new moon solar eclipse in Libra. The South Node moved into Libra. I did mention that is your third house of neighbors. So there's like a lot of new neighbor activity that's happening. So yeah, it's a big day, big day. Okay. Now on the 17th, I want you to pay attention to this. This is huge. All right. This is huge. Mars is trining Neptune. The sun is trining Neptune, and the sun is conjuncting Mars. You add all this up, this is an explosively, humongously amazing day. Okay. Humongously amazing. Talk about creativity, talk about like your imagination. Like it's like some of the things that, like, again, like that escape room analogy, it's like there could be ways that you see things that you've never seen it that way before, or you could come up with the most brilliant idea that turns into the next, I don't know, Facebook or something. I don't know. Well, like whatever you do, Leo. But I really love this for you. I absolutely love. I love this placement. Again, a lot of Leos. A lot of y'all are gonna feel it. Mostly in your home. So again, it could be like just decorating something with interior design, but home or family or children or your significant other, your partner. So there could be something just really nice here. Okay. So this is again big week, but we'll obviously go a little bit more in depth in the weekly reading, but this is what you can expect, Leo, for the third week of November. You got the Seven of Wands. You got one of your cards. Okay. Leo card. Very interesting here. You and all your wands. You've noticed that, right? You got the Two of Wands, the Three of Wands, the Five of Wands, the Seven of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. How crazy is that? It's a lot of wands. And that is your element. There's a fire, wands are fire. But yeah, there is going to be something where this card is all about valor, all right? And it's really about like standing your ground, really drawing a line in the sand. But again, with the Five of Wands energy, I just don't want it to be you. I don't want you to be the person that's like, I want you to be cool. I want you to be chill. I want you to be that lion wearing sunglasses. Okay. if they just have that image why don't you do that? Okay. If you feel like there are moments where just like, oh, I'm going to get you, just think about a lion wearing sunglasses. And then you'll be like, what am I doing? I'm cool. I'm chill. All right. So keep that in mind. But again, this is just more of, it just is, there could be something a little challenging that may come up this week, but you are, and again, it can be a little bit unexpected. All right. But at the same time, you're going to do a really good job defending yourself. You're going to do a really good job communicating. You got the Queen of Swords in your crown. All right. So it's not, and he is, again, like I said, it's all about valor, right? Self-worth, protecting your self-worth, the values. But, it really is you being successful in this as well. And then remember, you do have the Eight of Wands in your final outcome anyway, so leading to with the Ace of Pentacles. So you're going to be fine. Just don't be, just be the lion with the sunglasses. All right. And you'll be cool. Now, the last week of November, 20th and the 21st together. I love that. Okay. The sun is going to sextile Pluto. Mars is going to sextile Pluto. Leo, I love this. It's all about empowerment. Remember, Pluto is all about transformation. It's all about empowerment. There's a lot of sure, money as well, but even intimacy, but it's such a powerful, it's like, oh, I love these 2 days. And then we move into Sagittarius season on the 22nd. And we'll go further into this. Mars is moving into Sagittarius as well. That'll be on the 24th. So you see we're triple stacked in Sagittarius with Mercury, the Sun, the Mars. So fully in your fifth house of pleasure. So I want you to have fun, and love and romance, creativity, children, all of that. But the day that I want you to watch out for is the 23rd, when the Sun squares Saturn. Okay. November 23rd. Mark that in your calendar. Okay. That is a day where you will be tested. It is guaranteed. It is guaranteed. All right. Some of y'all Leos will feel it like, every Leo is different, right? Every Leo has a different birth chart. It's going to affect every Leo differently. So some Leos may feel it like a 1 out of a 10. Some maybe like a little stronger, like a 6 or a 7. If you are guided by your intuition, if you have that self-reflection, you're going to be fine. But it is a challenging aspect. I'm not going to lie. So it's a lot of pressure around this day. It's just like, be patient around people, but still stay determined with your goals. Now, full moon in Gemini, that's happening on the 27th. This is a big one. It's a big one. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. A lot of things are going to be illuminated. Now, this is going to be in your 11th house. All right. So this is your social networking. All right. Even groups you belong to, organizations you belong to. Full moons. I want you to think about what happened for you around June 17th this year, because it's corresponding to that new moon that we had in Gemini. All right. Now, around that time, Saturn also went retrograde. And so there could have been something that was like, just think about what may have been like coming up around that time. Because you could see something coming to an end. So, like, for instance, like if you were maybe, I don't know, fighting with a friend over money that they owed you or something or whatever, they could pay you now. Or do you know what I mean? Like there's something corresponding to that, but this is going to be, having to do with like friendships and, again, groups you belong to, but also your hopes and wishes is part of the 11th house. The one thing I do want you to know is Mercury will square Neptune. Okay. And so that makes this day a little foggy. And so just know the facts. That's all I'm saying. Just note the facts. Don't be reactive this day. It's not like a bad day. It's just like it's just a day where you just may need to know some things that things could be foggy. And Neptune does. Remember I said like illusion is a big thing with Neptune. But anyway, full moon in Gemini, but also all this Sagittarius activity, all this Pluto activity, another loaded week. Okay, so let's see what's going on for you, Leo, for the last week of November. You got the Two of Pentacles. Very interesting with, the Ace of Pentacles up here as well. There is going to be something that you are completely going to, it's almost like you're going to get out of, it's like the biggest message coming up is transition. There's this transition, but also there's going to be something where you're going to have to make a decision or a choice, because you're just taking on too much at this point. And that's what the full moon is for. Remember, full moons bring conclusion. So there could be something that you're deciding on. It could have to do with money because it is Pentacles. But remember, Pentacles are our physical reality as well. So our physical world. So it can be like a relationship or a friendship or, just something that, whatever resonates with you. But it's almost like the big picture here, the big message is, if you want it all, know what you want to put more energy toward, okay? If you don't want to let something go, have a firmer grip on one thing. But if you can't have even a loose grip on the other thing, you may need to let it go. But there is going to be some decision, something, okay? That's why, wait for it, you got the Two of Swords in your challenge area. So really go within. Really trust your intuition and your instincts and your gut. That's what produces all the what is it? Not the endorphins, but it's slipping. Serotonin. It comes all from your gut. 95% of it, right? All comes from your gut. So anyway, let's you're good. You're good. You're absolutely good. I love everything that's happening here. There are going to be some days where you're just going to be like maybe a little restless. A couple days where there may be a little bit of just like, rawr. But otherwise, you're absolutely like huge change happening for you. Three of Wands. You have the Three of Cups in your future. You have the Eight of Wands, and your final outcome with the Ace of Pentacles. Hello, huge. Like your life is changing in a really big way. You have the Ace of Cups here with the Page of Cups. I mean, like like new beginnings is like huge understatement. Hello, that may be the title of your this video. I'll think about it. All right, Leo. But I love that you got the star. I mean, you're good. You're good. Some decisions you're gonna have to make, but those decisions can only be made when you are really in tune with yourself and you really trust your intuition and you let your intuition guide you. All right, just keep that in mind, Leo. So, Leo. Oh gosh. Uh, I always go over on these. Leo, thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, and if you are subscriber, thanks so much for being here. Next week, we're gonna dive deep into some of these aspects. All right, so I will see you next week, Leo. Thanks so much. Bye bye.